What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video, we're gonna be back to work on our 1965 Mustang. As you guys see in the previous episode, we got this entire Cortex Racing front suspension on the car. Everything lined up literally perfect. We also went ahead and threw on the front steering rack just to make sure that everything was in line, and everything turned out freaking awesome. So basically the front end of this car is literally almost there. We're just gonna have to do a little bit more welding. But honestly, guys, I'm sick of welding, and I'm sick of working on the front end for now. So we're actually gonna be transferring on to the bottom of the car. So in today's video, I kind of want to weld in these are subframe connectors, because on 65s to like 66 Mustangs, the subframe or the front frame rails only go to like right here. They kind of stop right here, and then it just welds to the floor pan, which we need to reinforce that, which we kind of already did right here. You can see we added this reinforcement block, and then this tube right here actually is welded to that, which is a pretty cool design by me. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and lift this car up, and I'll show you guys how these things go on right here. I just went ahead and bought pre-made ones because, you know, sometimes you gotta just bite the bullet and buy them. They were pretty cheap too. So let's go ahead and lift this car up, and I'll show you guys where these go. So guys, we got the car up in the air, and as you can see, here are the frame rails, and you can see they kind of just stop right here. I don't know why Ford just didn't continue them all the way along. And basically, these subframe connectors, let's see, they're gonna go from the tip of this frame rail right here. As you can see, it has a slight bend for the floor pan. And, I'm actually gonna have to move this lift on this side, but if we come over to the passenger side, you can see, check this out. It's gonna go just like that right there, and basically gonna connect the front frame rails to the rear frame rails, and this is the same exact size. So we'll probably have to just build a couple of plates, weld it all around, and then get a couple of plates to plate everything in, make it super nice and strong. But check that out, guys. That's gonna reinforce the entire frame just to make sure the car is a lot stronger. And then I think maybe off of here, we can even make our transmission cross brace that'll come off of here, because we still haven't done any of that yet. I'm waiting for the shifter for the gearbox, so I can see exactly how high it needs to be and put it in the best position. And then later we can put the engine back in, build the cradle, and finish up the entire transmission tunnel. So guys, now what we need to do is go ahead and prep all the surfaces. You can actually see this was actually splitting away from the floor pan, so we're probably gonna have to just tap that back up, get that welded. But right now what we're gonna do is go ahead and clean up this entire area right here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Eastwood contour and just clean all this off, because most of this is just the sand from the sandblasting. Because if you look, check that out, that's the bottom of the car. That's crazy. There's like no undercoating, and there's also no rust under here. So we're gonna give it a nice little clean, and then we'll get straight to welding the pieces on. So guys, check it out. We got both frame rail extensions welded in. I had a little bit of trouble welding it up in here because this is like a sheet and there was a lot of trash and stuff in there. So I might have to grind it down a little bit more and just throw a nice bead all the way across it. But guys, check it out. We got both of them on there. Now this is pretty much just gonna reinforce everything going back. And I mean, it's not doing anything to hurt it, you know, it's just helping it because this one stops right here. So all you commenters in the comment section are about to say, this car is unsafe. Why don't you drive a factory 1965 Mustang with a Coyote swap in it and see how safe that's gonna be? So now that we have those subframe extensions welded onto the bottom of this car, honestly guys, it's almost time to go ahead and start on the bodywork since we are waiting for a couple of stuff to finish up the transmission tunnel, and then we are still waiting on Willwood is actually gonna be sponsoring this build. They're gonna be sending us some calipers and some brake pedals, so we can't really mess with anything in here, and we can't really do much up here in the engine bay. So I think what we're gonna go ahead and start transitioning into is doing all the body work on the car. And as you guys know, the roof on this thing is absolutely warped like crazy. Like there's no fixing this without using a lot of body filler, or if you're like a super good person with metal. But if you look inside, it's burnt really bad. And we do have a new roof that's supposed to come in, I think tomorrow or the day after that. So I think what we're gonna do is go ahead and remove this roof, start getting everything clean, get everything prepped. And then once this roof is replaced, that's gonna be the last bad body panel on this car. And then we can kind of start transitioning into body work while we're waiting on like engine parts for the pedals or something like that. We can do some of the body work, start knocking out, make all the gaps perfect, get everything done. Cause I wanna have this thing in primer really soon. And then after that, we can get the engine in it, maybe even drive it up the road once it's all in primer. So let's go ahead and pull this car outside and see exactly how we're gonna remove this roof. Hey, get the e-brake? Oh, it ain't got no. Well, help me. Yeah, rip the car in half.
All right, good. Where's the e-brake at, man?
Hold on, I'm gonna put a block under there. So we're gonna go ahead and try to figure out how to get this roof off. And as you can see right here, guys, this is actually lead. And that's probably how we know that this is an original roof, because I think they stopped using lead in like the 80s when body filler came out, which is pretty crazy. I was always wondering like how you do lead, and I actually watched a couple videos and it's actually pretty cool. But I'm thinking this roof comes off pretty simple. There's a couple of spot welds up in here, so we're gonna have to go ahead and remove all these clips that hold the chrome molding, I think. And I think there's spot welds all along there. I'm not sure how it comes off right here. There is like a bunch of, I don't know if that's body filler or if that's something inside there. And I think we're gonna just cut it probably like this right here, because the new roof, it comes with a sail panel, which is right here. But see, the factory roofs, they connect only right here. The aftermarket roofs, they connect right here. And then you can actually buy this entire panel separately. So we're gonna go ahead and take off all these clips and probably start finding out where all the spot welds are and just start removing them. So we got everything off with the wire brush, and now you can see we exposed all the spot welds, and there is honestly a ton of spot welds. So what I think I'm gonna do is just grab the grinder and basically just grind this entire section down instead of going by each individual spot weld. But dang, that lead is actually pretty strong. If you see on that side, we did get a lot of it off, but man, that's crazy. I didn't think lead would work as body filler, and I guess it doesn't crack, because I mean this didn't have a single crack in it for sitting for so long. So now let's grab this grinder, grind out all these spots, and I think we can pop this roof off pretty quick. this is. It's like some kind of sealer. But it got to go. Dude, well, that is pretty strong. There's a spot weld. So guys, check it out. We got the entire roof off the car, and man, it is pretty rusty under here, but I think this is just all surface rust. I don't think this is like anything like too serious. I'm guessing when the fire was in here, it burned the roof the most because all the fire was just concentrated straight up at the roof, and I guess it burnt off all the metal protection. But it doesn't look like there's any like too serious rust damage under here, but that roof is literally rusted to smithereens. I'm sure someone could have probably straightened that out with the planishing hammer and stuff, but look how rusty it is. You'd have to like wire wheel underneath there, and I think replacing it was just a better option. But we got it off, and I also did, oh, that's a nice Mustang, but I did go ahead and just slice it like that because I'm not sure how it comes off right here, so I kind of want to wait on our new roof to come in. It's supposed to be here either today or tomorrow, so hopefully it comes in today and we can go ahead and start seeing, because I'm thinking we're just going to splice it in just like that. I don't really want to mess with this lead seam down right here because it seems like it's pretty flat and flush and there's no reason to. We can just sand it down, put some more body filler over that. All right guys, so now that we got the entire roof off, what I'm going to do is go ahead and hit everything with the Eastwood SCT contour. Thing's an absolute beast. We're gonna hit everything, get most of the rust spots off, and then I think we'll coat it in some rust remover, and then it'll be ready for the new roof. So guys, there it is. We went ahead and wire wheeled everything. I got all the big chunks of rust off, and then we actually went ahead and used some rust remover on everything else. And honestly, it's removing the rust pretty good. I think we'll hit it with the wire wheel again after a couple of recoats. And then I want to buy actually some rust encapsulator so we can coat all that. But that'll probably be in the next episode once we get our new roof and go ahead and put the new roof on here, weld everything up. And then guys, basically we can go ahead and start working on the bodywork. As you guys know, there's not really much bodywork on the quarter panels. I think there's a couple of rust spots that we are gonna have to repair on the car. There's a little piece on the rear quarter panel, but that'll be for the next episode. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also drop a like and follow us on Instagram at vTuned. We always post cool updates before it hits YouTube. And also check out vTuned.com for some cool merch. Thanks for watching. Man, who forgot to cut this? Oh my goodness. Oh, that is one flimsy roof. Dang, look how rusty it is though.